Now that we're talking about it too, just thinking about it, like the whole chicken, rice, and broccoli meal prep that a bunch of people do, substitute the meat for whatever, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about? That usually only lasts people like a week. Like the type of meal preps that we're talking about, like making oatmeal, you did it and you're saying that shit's lasted you like weeks, dude. Like there's like just more efficient meal preps than like getting like containers and putting chicken, rice, and broccoli in there that I had no idea. Like you make a shit ton of soup and you just get some like cartons and like, or I mean some like plastic containers, throw that shit in the fridge and you've got meal prep for like weeks. Like and I think like a lot of people do that whole like week to week mentality on like meal prep, and that's probably why so many people are turned off by it.
Wait, do you want to do the honors? You want to
There we go.
I'll say count down, but that's fine.
Wait, we can do it again. Here, ready? I'm clapping. 1, 3, 2, 1. All right, there we go. And you're live. All right, Jordan.
All right, welcome,
baby.
Welcome back, you pretty bitches, to the Gain Experience podcast. And I truly mean pretty. You're all pretty out there. At least some of you are.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful people. And so, as you can see in front of you, we have and if you can hear in front of you, Riley crumpling some paper, and there's some pure sound of glasses.
Got Coca-Cola going on over here.
We changed our business and podcast to a food podcast where we're just doing a mukbang for now on. Only mukbangs.
Dude, yes. We should do like a healthy mukbang, like with vegan. Well, vegan it doesn't mean healthy. I just mean like a low calorie or like mukbang or something. Like see like what foods we can eat all in one go.
It just doesn't do well because that kills the whole point of a mukbang. That'd be hilarious. But as you can see, Riley's brought some food. I have no idea where he got this, by the way. So we're doing something that we had plans and ideas about, is that we're going to do a cheat meal podcast once a week, or not once a week, once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
Yeah, so each of us are going to bring food for each other from a place, kind of look at each other's like favorite meals and like what we would cheat meal on, and kind of like talk a little bit about food. Food's is such a big part of obviously my life as a cook, and Riley has his favorite foods, and he's gonna explain it right now.
Yes.
What you get for today's mukbang.
So this is something I legitimately would get on a cheat meal. Which for those listening, cheat meals for me are on Sundays. Those are the days that I take off from. Well, I don't even take it off from gainexp because every day is for gainexp. But
yeah.
This is what I would eat on a cheat meal. So here you go, Jordan. It's a California burrito.
Oh, God.
And it's from my favorite Mexican food restaurant.
Okay.
And they legitimately have the best California burrito I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Oh, okay.
It's called Nico's Taco Shop. And it's actually a childhood restaurant, it's like it's a taco shop, so it's like cash only type of deal.
Yeah. Those are the sick ones.
That's how you know it's like a legit place. But it's very good. I mean, I think it's the best, and it reminds me of childhood. But most importantly, but I still think unbiasedly, it's still the best California burrito I've ever had. So that's what we're doing. And I threw in the Mexican Cokes here too, just because why not? They were there. You just gotta go for it, with the real sugar cane.
Look, if you're gonna drink Coke, buy Mexican Coke and drink it. Like I will never advocate for drinking soda more than like once a week. But if you're going to do it, fucking enjoy a Mexican Coke.
Do it right.
Yeah. Listen to this beautiful ASMR.
Oh,
that was good.
Nice.
Wait, hold on. One more time.
For the fans. Oh, that was so satisfying. Damn. Oh my God.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's get it.
First cheat meal podcast.
Ooh. So there's a reason, there was a method to this. So
Okay.
We're obviously here in San Diego. Like we started this business
Yeah.
in San Diego. We are a San Diego business, but when we are out of Southern California, but California burritos originated in San Diego. Like this is where they were made.
Yeah.
So like I've actually been up in like Orange County in LA, and I've said like California burrito, and like I've had people say like, I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, like in Southern California, a lot of people do, but I've still ran into people who don't.
No, I didn't even know about what a California burrito was in NorCal.
Oh yeah,
That's just not a thing up there.
So then for those listening that don't know, California burrito is a carne asada burrito, and then you just throw in French fries. That's what a California burrito is. And there's a very specific way that San Diegans like to cook carne asada, and they're very particular about it. But straight out of San Diego, and also chilaquiles is out of San Diego too, which
Oh yeah, really?
I was not aware of. I just was
Oh.
I was doing research, and then like I saw that, and I was like, whoa, because I thought that would have come from like Mexico or like
Yeah.
maybe even Spain. Like it seems like maybe like a more Spanish dish. But
I heard burritos themselves and nachos themselves come from a American Mexican restaurant in like I think Arizona or like Southern California is actually where it like originated from. And yeah, California burrito. Just show everyone real quick. This is a burrito, and it's from California.
magical
Magic,
magical burrito.
magical burrito. All right.
Here's your hot sauce.
you.
Green or red, by the way.
I'm
Preferably.
usually I'm a green guy, except for when it's like a smoky red. You know, like it has like the char bits of like chilies in there. That's like my favorite.
Oh, for sure. You like the tomatillo action with the green.
Yeah. So
Nice.
okay, so this is probably pretty obvious. If you don't like the sounds of people eating, you probably should.
Well, we should just like go back here or something.
Yeah. We'll do what we can to make it not sound as disgusting as possible for people who are like just listening.
Yeah. When I first started doing streaming, actually, like that was something I fucked up on because I would eat because like
Yeah.
I was like hungry and I'd stream for like 4 hours, but then like people are like, dude, that's disgusting. So
Yeah.
definitely gotta like do one of these things and chew with their mouth closed and all that.
Yeah, but in general, we want to do this for multiple reasons. One is we like food.
Oh yeah, like you said, it's an important aspect of like you as a chef or a cook. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's an important aspect to life.
Yeah.
Like food.
Food is a, and in general though, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, that's stuff.
Stop chewing so loud, dude. I can hear you chewing from over here.
We have good mics, bro. We did this. All right, we did this ourselves. So
Holy shit, that's good.
that's pretty good. So another thing in California burritos that I mean the main aspect is it has French fries and it has carne asada. But like another thing is that usually I'm not sure if this one does.
What's up?
They have pico de gallo, right? They have pico de gallo and also guacamole, right?
They do have guac, yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I don't think has pico de gallo on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it does. I don't remember. I didn't look at the menu, but
Yeah.
well, this is actually so for those that want to go because like our audience is mostly here in SoCal, anyways. It's on Newport Avenue in Ocean Beach. That's the original one that has like the best burrito. They have other ones, but that's the one you want to go to. OB Newport Avenue. I lived in an apartment on Madison, which is parallel to Newport, which is like how like we found it. And my mom grew up in that same apartment when I was a kid too. So it's like just like a really good spot in general. OB's really nice too. So if you get the chance, like Ocean Beach is just like it's not like nice classy. It's just nice like chill, like laid back vibes and all that going on.
In general, one thing that I find so interesting about when I moved, I've been to. I feel like I've lived in every major. We're gonna have to do this thing where we like eat and then take turns talking. But one thing I've learned is that I lived in pretty much every major city in California, and that's San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Orange County, and now San Diego. I have never seen so many people just so obsessed with burritos in my fucking life. San Diegan people love burritos more than life themselves.
Seriously.
Like it's like burritos, beer, and surfing is like that's San Diego in a nutshell.
Okay, yeah, and sunsets too.
Sunsets.
Because everyone goes to take pictures of sunsets in La Jolla or whatever city, but that's like the optimal one, La Jolla. If you're up in North County, it's probably like. Stop chewing so close, bro.
Some people
they want that chewing.
They want that chewing. They want that ASMR chewing sound.
Like I think drinking is fine, but chewing is just like I don't know. But anyways, in North County, you probably do it up in like Encinitas or something like that. Like
Yeah.
Wind and Sea is like a very popular beach up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Oh, there was another thing. It's sunsets. The stereotype is like sunsets, burritos, surfing is a big one, and then ice cream as well. Like the perfect the perfect San Diegan like evening would be like going to get burritos and ice cream after, then going to watch the sunset
and with a beer.
Yeah. Like an IPA or something.
Yeah, like I'm starting to realize like ice cream is a big thing. Like it's a big thing everywhere. Everyone loves ice cream. I don't think I know a single person who doesn't like ice cream. And if
or they're lactose intolerant or something.
Yeah, if they're lactose intolerant, that's different, and they can't eat it, that's different. But like growing up in like San Francisco, like yes, I liked ice cream, and we ate ice cream, and ice cream was like, the other podcast I talked about Marco Polo being like such a great like restaurant and ice cream shop and gelato shop, just gelato shop in general. But when I moved down to SoCal, and it might just be because it's just so incredibly fucking hot here sometimes, just like in LA, they have like such an ice cream culture. There's like pop-up like fancy ice cream shops all throughout SoCal. I think arguably LA has more because of just like the variety of different people. Like you will find a Persian ice cream shop and it's delicious. You'll find like a Chinese ice cream shop. You'll find like one that does like literally, I think there's one that literally takes ice cream, like dessert flavors from all over the world and makes it into ice cream. And then you have, I feel like the San Diego vibe for ice cream is more traditional. It's just like, you get a gelato, but it's like that's the classic gelato flavors, or it's classic flavor, classic flavors.
Like
that's
classic
like
flavors done right.
Yeah, kind of mix. And then like LA is just like that artsy, like we do whatever, we mix it together.
Nuts.
Yeah. So it's like different. It's different vibes. Like the food culture here in like California is like very beautiful because of the fact that we just have so much different types of people that come around.
Yeah, and the population density is like so much. Like it's so we have so many people here in like San Diego, but it's even like I would say worse, quote unquote, or better, however you want to look at it in LA. And because of that, you have like so many people like in population size that like you're just bound to get more like shops and like pop-ups and things like that. LA is like good for food trucks and stuff like that too, which is also pretty clutch. I don't know any off the top of my head that I've really like gone to that I remember so solidly, but like I know LA is like good for that and street tacos as well. Like I'd always give that to LA over San Diego, is like they always just have way better street tacos in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Before anyone hates us from San Diego or LA, I will 100%. Riley is a burrito stand for life, and I am a taco stand for life. If it wasn't for the fact that Riley picked out a burrito for our cheat meal, I probably would have gone and got tacos. Minus the fact this is like a famous burrito shop. Like I probably would have got a burrito because it's a famous burrito shop.
Yeah.
But like 8 to 9 times out of 10, unless it's a breakfast burrito, I will get either tacos, street tacos, mariscos, like whatever on top of a smaller tortilla. And hot take, I prefer flour tortillas if it's
over corn.
If it's like done, if it's like, so the reason why, and I will explain this before I'm
absolutely murdered in the comments.
Exactly, 100%. So I feel like if you go, most taco shops, on the average, they don't make their own tortillas. Right? And I feel like the average flour tortilla you buy from a store is better tasting than the average corn tortilla you would buy from a store.
Are you talking about like Albertsons?
Like Albertsons, whole, like, like any of those general markets. Now, if you're buying from a specialty store that then grinds their own corn or makes their own flour tortillas and stuff, that's a little different.
Yeah.
But I'm talking purely from like general markets. And if you make a taco from that, I feel like in that instance that a flour tortilla tastes better. Now, if you make a real, now when you get into the handmade stuff, that then just becomes like a very much like, okay, that's like a place by place kind of deal.
Yeah.
But like in general, I prefer a flour tortilla, man. It's just more comforting to me. It's like being wrapped in a blanket. It is.
Fuck that corn all the way. Corn tortillas. I'm sorry. Like,
bruh.
Have you? Okay, so they have a place in Old Town actually where you watch them make the tortillas. Have you seen that, or have you heard of that? Oh, sorry, you're eating. My bad. So, anyways, don't get close to the mic. So they have this place in Old Town that you should go to if you haven't already. they're known for just like making their tortillas in front of you. And they legitimately have much better corn tortillas than flour, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they also are like known for mole as well.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm not like, well, actually, no, I love mole. What am I saying?
mole.
Mole is like super good, but they're one of the only ones that like do it out here. Like not a lot of restaurants actually serve mole in general down here anyways, but, or maybe they do. It's just like none of them are like really good, but that one specifically is known for that.
Yeah. I feel like it's just like do you remember that place we went to that had amazing mole in K-Town? Gulagetsa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
that
and you
fire.
went, when you live in Hollywood area.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Like if you get a good, like, I feel like in more times than not, like when you go to a specialty LA taco shop, they'll make their own corn tortillas and it's delicious. Like I really like it. But there's just something about like I also like in Texas though, which is actually really interesting in Texas, you have a lot of people that make their own flour tortillas because flour tortillas is like kind of the thing there. And it's like
I could see that, like with the Tex-Mex vibe and stuff going on too. There's a lot more flour tortillas than corn in Tex-Mex.
Yeah, and also that's because of the region where the influence is from. So so California's region of is close to Baja, Tijuana, and everything. They do a lot of corn tortillas,
right?
Or and a lot of seafood. So that's why we get like a lot of mariscos and stuff like that. And in Texas, their influence comes from Sonora. So Sonora is known for their flour. There's certain places where, like, I think there's a famous taco shop in L.A. called Sonora Town, and it's really good. The flour tortillas is goddamn amazing. They literally every 2 weeks will drive their pickup truck and just drive to Sonora, like basically drive past Texas from L.A. to then buy loads and loads and loads and loads of flour. Just to make sure the flour is from Mexico, and then make the tortillas at the restaurant.
Dude, flour's heavy as fuck too. Those guys must be like buff as fuck. Like they didn't have to skip leg day. They just like lift with their fucking deadlifting, their glutes and their hamstrings, and just throw that shit in there. Sorry guys, the Coke's fucking me up. Carbonation's getting me. But yeah, no, fucking. That's super interesting though. So what would be the worst place you'd ever want to get a taco then from? Like what city are you like, okay, I would never get a taco here?
God.
Wait,
in America?
US.
Okay,
yeah,
I was about to say, like, dude, if I find a taco shop in like Bangkok, Thailand, I don't think I'll walk in. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you might have some fire ass tacos. I don't know. I won't know.
The worst place I thought of instantly, like we're talking major cities, probably not cities, like smaller. I'd probably pick like from major cities, like maybe like Seattle. Because that's really far away from the border.
I feel like Portland, Maine.
Oh yeah, that actually does that count? Okay, yeah, I guess that counts. That's a big city.
You said U.S. Yeah,
that's pretty big.
I feel like Maine would not. Like, dude, if there's I know Mexican,
they probably don't even serve tacos up there. They probably don't even know what a taco is. You're like,
I feel like Mexican people. I feel like I'm surprised like how far Mexican people has gone around America. I remember going to this, like, I was like looking up, like, I forgot how this happened, but I was looking at a list of like best Mexican restaurants in the United States, and one of them was in Philadelphia, and it was like considered legitimately best Mexican restaurant in the United States.
Yeah,
was hands down.
That's actually true. Somebody had to immigrate all the way up to Philadelphia.
Yeah, and then like they opened the Mexican restaurant and was like, "This is the best one." I was like, it's like maybe now it's a little bit different, but I think at the time the article came out, they're like it's like one of like 5 or one of like 10 or 20 Mexican restaurants in the whole city.
Well, that's why it's the best, because there's only 10 competitors.
It's the best in the United States.
Oh, I thought you just meant
no. That just so happened that one Mexican restaurant was the best in the United States.
Damn, the Philadelphians really lucked out there. Like,
they just had that one fucking restaurant.
They had a 1 in 10 chance of getting a good Mexican food restaurant in a place like Philadelphia, and they got one.
They went the quality over quantity measures.
It happened to be the best one, or one of the best ones in America. Mm-hmm. That wasn't the best one, though, right? Was there one that... I'll let you finish chewing, but... Was there like where was the best one? Do you remember where it said that was?
No, it said that was number 1.
That was in the whole U.S.
In the whole United States.
Wait, whose opinion? Just like some
It was like
random
a
eater
food article,
food article.
food
Okay.
article. Like it was eater.com, and they have like locations all over like San Diego and everything.
Interesting. Were there any down here? Do you remember?
Oh, majority of them was in like Texas, New York, LA, and San Diego. But like it was just like completely filled in the brim with like border states and then big cities, and then just randomly at the top Philadelphia. And I'm like, bruh.
Do you remember the Lucha Libre burrito place that you wanted to go to so bad? Like they have a Libre, what is it? Libre tacos or something, or Libre burritos?
They had like so their thing was also California burritos, but they would put not just carne asada. They had like my favorite. Or they didn't have it anymore. I think it was a limited item. They put
What?
Oh yeah, I told the story. They put birria in there, and it was so
that sounds good.
fucking good.
That
It was
sounds amazing.
birria, and then they had their own salsa, and they fry their own chips. It's really good. I feel like Lucha Libre tacos and burritos, it's like the biggest hit or miss. Like you would go there, it's either really good or not great.
Yeah, their aesthetic is so interesting. Like it's like Lucha Libre themed, so they have like masks everywhere and like pictures on the walls of Lucha Libre fighters like just going at it in the ring and stuff. And then like their color scheme is like hot pink and white or something
Yeah.
like that. Like they go all out on this hot pink. Like it's imagine what it's what you would imagine like the IG baddies would drive around in their like hot pink Jeeps and shit like that.
Yeah.
Blinged out with like the sparkly like bejeweled shit on there.
Yeah. It's an experience to go to. Okay, all right. Since
They
we're
have
on,
a couple, by the way. There's one in
Yeah.
North Park as well, and one in,
what
Made?
Linda Vista.
Linda Vista. There you
There's
go.
one. There's like I think there's 3 or 4. All right, so we're on this topic, and I think we ought to take a break after this topic.
What's up?
All right, so we're on this topic of food in San Diego, the place to go eat. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite restaurant in San Diego? Top three. Make it easy. Top
Nico's is number 1.
Three. Nico's number 1.
Well, okay, I won't put them in order, but Nico's is always going to be at the top 3 for me. I really like. Oh my god! I feel like if I don't come up with some good restaurants right now, I'm just gonna get fucking
Whoa,
blasted.
dude, what was the fucking Jeopardy? Jeopardy
Oh,
music.
God.
Jeopardy music.
I'll throw. Oh my god! Because there's some good North County restaurants too. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you have downtown and all that going on, and then you also have North County. Like San Diego's wide. That's like its thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We can cut
Just
that out.
burp. Just burp straight into
cut-
it. Just burp.
No, we actually will probably have to cut that.
Just burp straight into
Somebody's
the
gonna
mic,
be listening
Riley.
to this car and just like throw up all over their dash.
Just go. Just go.
Oh my god. Okay, I really like okay, so I like the curry place we went to a lot. The Japanese curry place.
Itatami.
Itatami?
I think it's Itatami.
Itatami is for sure. It has the best Japanese curry I've ever had. So I'll put it up there. And then your food was great too. I don't remember what you got, but it was something with an egg on top and it had rice and like meat going on. It was really good. So I'll pick that. And then lastly, I have to pick a chicken place. I feel like I'm obligated to because your video and your Instagram video. And then
don't
on top
have
of
to.
that, I also like love fried chicken so much. Honestly, I'm going to put Crack Shack up there because it's iconic. Like people know it very well. And I just genuinely love it a lot. So that would be my personal top 3. But what about you? What would be your like Bay top 3? Do you have a San Francisco top 3 at all? going on?
Dude, I
Can
feel
you remember?
I can't say. Okay, so here's the thing about me. Like, I'm very prideful being from the Bay, but the thing is, like, I left the Bay, I think, like, 8 years ago. And so, like, I go back, and the restaurants, some of my favorite restaurants are closed now. Or, like, actually, I was talking to my childhood best friend when I was talking with him, and we were running into the same issue where we like, oh, I love, like, we go back to the Bay, and they're like, oh, you guys are from the Bay, where's a good place to eat or drink or something? I was like, dude, when we left, Silicon Valley was just, like, picking up. Like, it was just, like, it was picking up, but it was just picked up. And so a lot of industry came up, like, kind of like, so a lot of these restaurants, the rental prices, they couldn't deal with anymore. They closed. And then new places opened up, and I tried these places. I'm like, "Though that's really good," and then I just I don't know anymore because I just like I'm like a stranger in my own city now. Like I don't. They're like, I was like, "Dude, let's go get hammered," and I'm like, and they're like, "Dude, what's a good place to drink?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't fucking know. I left them when I was 18. I wasn't even 18 yet when I left."
All right, let's do OC and LA area then, because if I covered San Diego, then I feel like you should cover like OC, LA both, because like we spent a lot of time up there. Like, like how long were you up there? Like
6
8-9
years.
years. I thought it was longer because
8-9 years, bro. I haven't been.
I forgot you're younger than me too. Not that that matters too much, but
dude, I don't think I've been to. Oh shit! Now you make me feel old. I've been in LA for 8 years, or I was in LA for like
8 years.
7 years.
OCLA, right?
OCLA, like 7 years.
7. Gotcha.
All right, we'll run into that, and during the next break, we gotta reset the camera.
Yeah, we'll start with that.
This podcast is brought to you by Gain EXP Fitness.
Buy the merch. Buy the merch.
The softest
Buy the merch.
Shuriken t-shirt you will ever find. And we're back from the break, and our sponsor that may or may not be just our company.
Let's just have like a real sponsor in there.
Bro,
like
that would be dope. That'd be dope.
We probably could get like one. Honestly, it wouldn't take much. We just have to like reach out to somebody and be like, "Hey, do you want to pay us like $50 to be a sponsor or X amount of money?"
I'm still down to do what Tim Delgado did, and I'm legitimately super down to do this. It's like so you guys don't know, he like threw out on his Twitter, Hey, I want sponsors. Here's my demographics. Here's what I do. And then like Taco Bell or some shit hit him up, or Burger King hit him up.
Damn, that's actually crazy because like that's the shit that they look at too. And he has the swag. He could like just shout that out and do it.
I feel like we need that type of swag and swagger. We could do that. I'm super down. Just go to like dude. We should do the old man shit and just put it on a newspaper. We need Instagram.
Dude,
we need sponsors on
like
it.
find some old geezer or some shit like that reads the San Diego Tribute or
Oh
whatever.
hell yeah, dude.
So you had time since we took a break. You actually had time to think about the top three. Right. So these better be freaking good,
dude. God. All right, you gotta put me on the spot like this. All right,
put you on the spot, bro. You had like 10 minutes to think about that.
I know.
Shit.
I gave you like a minute.
Yeah, I just like made it up on the fly. All right, you're up.
So I'm not gonna rate them in order because it's like it's like different in the sense of like it depends on the day and it depends on like what you're feeling because each of them is like different cultures. But Marisco Jalisco, so that's a Jalisco style like seafood taco shop. Okay. Goddamn amazing. They make have I ever took you?
I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of seafood shops in the world.
We need to go because I don't think I took you, and it is every single person I took there. Like literally thinks it's the best goddamn thing they ever to put in their mouth.
Like, what's their thing though? Like, it's seafood, but what's like the dish that everyone gets?
It's their Dorado style tacos. So it's like these fried tacos with a blend of, I think, shrimp and yuca in there, and it's like flavored. And then they put this like tomato hot salsa and soup on top, and they put avocados on top. It is crunchy and it is amazing.
That's in LA or Orange County?
That is in East LA. And I think they have one location in West LA as well.
What city? Whittier or
no, East LA.
Oh, it's in Los Angeles.
East
I thought you meant
Los Angeles,
like Whittier.
No,
or something
like
like
actual east part of LA.
In the city of LA on the
in
east
the city
side.
of LA, yeah.
Gotcha.
And that place is amazing, dude. They're only open till 4 p.m. on a daily basis, and that shit's goddamn amazing.
Why? That's usually what breakfast restaurants do.
I think it's like a seafood Mexican restaurant. I noticed that with a lot of Mexican restaurants that do seafood. I might just be because it's like they get their supply.
Dude, you know what's sorry guys. When you find a good ramen shop, you'll know because they're open until like, I don't know if you've seen this, but they're open till like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Then they'll close for like 2 hours and then they'll reopen like at fucking 5 or 6 or whatever. I feel like every time a restaurant just closes randomly in the middle of the day, like it's really fucking good usually. There's a couple in Buena Park actually.
Do you know why that's a thing?
No idea. Is it because sales aren't as good during that time? Or?
Well, yeah. So they just close the restaurant, so they don't have to pay their employees between.
Yeah, but the food always is good. I mean, like I assumed it was because of that, but or maybe it was like something on the back end, like they want to make noodles fresh or some shit like that, and people don't order it at that time. But But yeah, no, I always felt like those were like the good restaurants. But I only thought of it because you said that restaurant closes at 4 randomly, like it doesn't stay open later.
Yeah,
but...
it closes at 4, and but they open super early. They open at like 6 a.m.
Oh, what the heck?
They open at 6 a.m. and they like close at 4 p.m.
Dude, they must have freaking bomb ass like breakfast burritos if they open that early.
They don't have burritos. It's
would
all
hope
they do
so.
is seafood.
Do they do breakfast tacos?
No, it's just seafood tacos, ceviche, tostadas.
So you're telling me
And-
some maniac is walking in at 6 a.m. ordering a tostada?
Yeah. And you know why? Because it's that
What?
fucking good, right?
Yeah, but like, come on, man. I feel like they could get better sales if they were just open later because people want to go out at night, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand why they're not open later, but just in general, if you're in the area, buy that fucking taco. It is goddamn amazing. So Marisco Jalisco is up there. I always recommend it. It's amazing restaurant. I think number 2 in LA.
Or Orange County.
Orange County.
Would be either.
In my opinion, I what's going in my mind and like what would I rather eat right now is that Bloodsoe's barbecue. Bloodsoe's is in Fairfax, on Fairfax Avenue, and they are a family. I think I mentioned this before, but like American barbecue is among probably my favorite food ever, and Bloodsoe's has. And my favorite like part of barbecue is Texas style barbecue, and it's like brisket. And they have amazing Texas style barbecue on the Fairfax Avenue, and they make amazing barbecue. Like that stuff is like it's a family. I think they moved to Compton originally, opened up Bloodsoe's in Compton, super successful. And then bought a spot in Fairfax, closed the Compton spot, and then they started like just selling it's like the best barbecue spot in LA in my opinion.
So, but what type of barbecue? Is it Texas barbecue?
Texas barbecue. Texas
Gotcha.
barbecue. So if you like, it's beef. They have ribs. They have everything, but it's a salt and pepper rub with I think they do like cherry wood or something like that.
Ooh, that sounds good actually.
Very good. I think I don't remember where I brought it once for. One
Chip
of
or
for I think you were there I think too. It was when one of our friends' exes is international and he came by wanting to try American food.
Ooh, nice.
And so
Give
I
him
brought
good old Texas barbecue.
yeah Texas barbecue, and he
Woo!
literally was like he was eating it and he was like, God damn, this is fucking amazing.
Everything.
I thought American food was shit.
No,
what
you
the
got to do
fuck?
it in an English accent. What are you doing?
Oh,
'Cause
dude,
he's from Singapore, but he's
Oh yeah,
English.
can you do an English accent?
No. Can you?
Why are you gonna ask me?
That's why I'm asking you because I can't do one.
Oh God, I have to think about it. All right, never mind. Well, anyways, he thought it was amazing. It's goddamn amazing barbecue. If you're a big fan of like truly Texas style smoked like brisket and shit, that's the best place to go.
All right, I'm interrupting you because I'm taking back my Crack Shack choice and I'm picking Diner 101 in Encinitas because they do American style food and I love that shit.
Yeah.
So good. If you should go to Diner 101 at like 9 a.m. on like a Sunday morning, which no one is up at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. That's just me and all the people going to church. But I'm just saying, like, if you get the chance to go early.
Are you saying church people aren't people?
No, I'm saying that they're early motherfuckers. They get the fuck out of bed. Like they're up at like 7 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get the chance to go on an early morning up to Encinitas, that's like some good North County food type shit. Because like in general, Jordan, I'm not chewing. In general, like North County is very conservative, and like, which is like the opposite of like downtown area, which is more liberal in general. So like a lot of the food is more like Americanized up there. Like they have really good barbecue up there. They have good chicken and they have good like American diner food in general. And then down here, I would say it's more of like minority groups have like better and like more prominent food, like Mexican, Asian, as well as much. Like I would never get pho up in North County. I'm just gonna say it. Like I would never do that. But like there's like an interesting dynamic of the city. But I would pick Diner 101 over
Nice.
Crack Shack. So
Okay. And I feel like I'm obliged to put something on K-Town just because like the Koreatown in LA is just
really
goddamn
good.
amazing. And there's a lot of different places like that's like up there. Like Korean barbecue is amazing. There's a huge amount of Korean bars. We used to go to this, God damn it, North Korean bar called Dasan Sung. That place is amazing. But I think my favorite is this one spot called Yamji Gamjintang. I think it was called. They do like a spicy pork neck stew, and it's like a stewed pork, and they do a bunch of other. They have a bunch of other things on the menu. Their seafood pancakes really good, and that place is amazing. They have the most, if like on a cold day or like a day you just want something like warming, like just that stew is so good. It's so good. It's spicy, but it's not like too spicy. It's like a little sweet. It's a little like, it's just very like warming. But that's what I can think of on the top of my head right now. There's just so much shit in LA OC, just because there's so many different groups like we were talking about. There's so many neighborhoods in LA. Yeah. Of like, there's like the K-Town, there's San Gabriel for Chinese food. There's Little Saigon down in OC, and that place has some of the best Vietnamese food you can find in the United States. I get like Pho 101s out there and Pho 79. Yeah, 79. Not 69 is the sex position. 79. Pho 79. Amazing. But nice. Yeah, I gotta shout those out. But like in general, that's the top 3 I can think of off the top of my head that I'm craving. That I would crave right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just backtracking a tiny bit. I feel like a lot of people from LA would like to think that LA is like a melting pot, but it really is more like a stew. Like you have like Koreatown pocket right there. You got Chinatown pocket. You've got like Little Ethiopia pocket. Like you've got just like a stew type of vibe going on in LA. I think that's like a lot of big cities though. I don't think that's just towards LA in general. I think San Diego can be like that. It's just a little bit more spread out. Like there's a bunch of African food near where Jordan and I live, not only Ethiopian, but East African. And they just have like a bunch in this area.
Weirdly so. It's like something you just don't expect.
Yeah, for sure. And so like, I wonder also, I've never looked outside of this area for African food because I just go to the spots that are around us. But yeah, I bet it's the same way. I bet like if you just Google, well, there's definitely not any in North County. You're not gonna find any up there.
There's that one dude who owns an African shop up there. He's probably, like, what the fuck, bro?
He'd probably be freaking loaded though if he just opened one up there. It'd be like opening a Mexican food restaurant in like China or something like that. Oh yeah. Like you would be like the only dude up there, and it would either fail really hard or you would be like raking in the dough.
My stepdad keeps saying my stepdad's Mexican, but he's Native American Mexican. He's from Texas when Texas was part of Mexico. That's where his family's origin from. And so he keeps on saying, I'm going to open a taco shop in China and I'll make it big.
Yeah, there's like no Mexican food restaurants in China though.
I've seen one, maybe 2 taco shops in Hong Kong. And they weren't like taco shops. It literally said, and I kid you not, California Mexican food.
Wow.
It literally said California Mexican food.
Just pick a big state name like Texas and put barbecue in front of it and boom. It doesn't have to be Texas barbecue. You can do like some St. Louis ribs and like, I mean, they
call it Texas barbecue.
No one would know the difference, you know?
I keep thinking that I said that I like a place like the Friendlies, which is like Riley's I go to like burger shop. They do pizza too, but like a place like the Friendly, or like I would like to, if I were to open a restaurant in China, I would like to either open a barbecue shop, like a Texas style barbecue shop, because I feel like that'd just be killing. That would just kill. Yeah. And then, or B, just like a burger and fry shop. But like, because most of the burger shops they get in Asia are like from either specialty burger places that do like fancy, nice, steaky burgers. Yeah. Or it's like McDonald's or like a fast food chain. And so I was thinking like a place that does like a killer smash burger that's cheap, like the Friendlies, where it's just like it's fucking like $7, $8 a burger. You smash it, you just put some onions and cheese and like and mayo and shit on top.
Dude, I'm pretty sure the Friendly is only like $5. Like it's actually not like $8. Like it's a lot cheaper.
It's so cheap.
But it like doesn't taste well. I was gonna say it doesn't taste cheap, but it does taste like greasy and stuff, but that's in a good way, not in a bad way.
Yeah,
like,
it tastes cheap in the good way, in the in the best way possible.
Like a hole in the wall Nico's burrito kind of.
It's cheap like your street tacos are cheap and they're delicious. Like the cheaper, like you go to a street taco shop and you just like there's a gauge of how expensive it can be where you like enjoyment level.
Yeah,
it's like around like $3 where it falls off, and you're like, fuck, dude. Like this is street taco. It tastes amazing, but you're like that. Your enjoyment level somehow goes down.
No, yeah. I feel like the Friendly could charge $8 for a cheeseburger, and it would totally be like fair.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
like,
no.
Like, and they're cool too. They do like they did like what the fuck? It was like a big piece of bread that wraps around kind of like a calzone style. They basically made giant calzones this one time, but instead of putting like a traditional calzone ingredients, they threw like spaghetti in there with meatballs. I was like, dude, this is the fucking, and I got it, and it was really fucking good. And they only charged me like, it was big. It was like, for those watching, it's probably as big as our Coke bottle long, and it was like $8. I was like, dude, this is the best deal of all time. Like a spaghetti calzone, that's freaking fire, dude.
They have they're just one of those like neighborhood spots that's just dope.
Yeah, if you don't know about the Friendly, you should definitely go there. It's so good in North Park.
Yeah, if you're in North Park, ever in San Diego, North Park, just hit up that spot. It'll look like just like some hole in the wall, like random greasy pizza shop. But like, I guarantee you, that shit is the best burgers. And they only sell two things. They just sell burgers and pizza. And you don't even get a choice of burger. You get a single type of burger. You say, I want a burger, and they're like, you're gonna, and it's like, all right, cool. No, I want you to no burger.
Yeah. That's so funny because they literally just do pizza and burger. Like they're and beer.
And beer.
No,
they don't make it. They buy it.
No, you remember if you shotgun a beer there, you get it for free.
When are we gonna do that?
Right after this? I can't do that. I gotta go up to North County. But yeah, no, they're dope as fuck. But they're honest. They're like, we're honest with our prices. And we're honest as fuck with our ingredients and what we make.
And they're honest as fuck with you too.
With you too. They're assholes down there. I love that though. They're always playing dope ass music. Like they were playing Denzel Curry and Rick Ross this one time.
Yeah.
And I actually saved. Oh, and they played an IDK song, and I actually saved a couple of their songs on my playlist on my Spotify.
I remember one time I went, and then they were like arguing about I think it was arguing about which Kanye song, which Kanye album was better. And it was literally, and they were just blasting blasting both of them, and was
dude.
like, and they were like just arguing to the employees. And then I walked in and I was like, and then the manager said, "Oh fuck, oh yeah, Jordan, pizza."
By the way, those that are listening, Yeezus is the best Kanye album. Just gotta say it. Since we're on that topic, I almost feel like, I know you didn't, but I almost feel like you fucking made that story up just so I could say some shit, because like I'm such a stan. Like,
see, I don't. But, okay. What I will say is like, I don't remember if it was Kanye specific. I said Kanye because I think it was Kanye or J. Cole. It was one of the two that they were mentioning, but I'm pretty sure it was
two
Kanye.
Totally different. You got like a rap legend, and then you got J. Cole. So like we got opposite dynamics going on here. So
we're gonna find a real specific audience for ourselves. No, I'm pretty sure. I guarantee you, it was probably Kanye. But I do.
Let's hear it then.
I remember, but I don't remember much because I was just on my phone. But I just remember them like talking about like a rap album. I think it was Kanye, and they're like, "Fuck, dude, I guarantee you." I think it was Graduation. They were like, one guy was like, "Graduation is the best album," and I forgot what the other guy said. And then he played and then the manager came in, and he was like, "Nah, dude, fucking Graduation is the best album." And then he shut up the other guy and was like, dude. "Oh yeah, Jordan Pizza."
Everyone loves Graduation, man. It has all like the poppy like ones you could play on the radio, which, I mean, like, it's cool if like that's what you expect out of him. But I like creative Kanye, so I like Yeezus the best. This is the most creative and most ambitious album of all time. That album literally changed the rap game for a while. So
I feel like I need to. What songs are on Yeezus again? I don't think I listened to it fully.
Dude, I'm just saying it right now. Anyone listening, not just to you, Jordan, but if you put on Yeezus and you put on the first song, don't put it on random and just listen to the whole thing. There's not one bad song on Yeezus. Like, not one bad song. Like, they're all amazing. Like, I just got to say it. And a lot of people will say, no, a lot of people say it's Graduation or The Life of Pablo are the best. But I totally am like, no, Yeezus all the way. Even Kanye said Yeezus is his best album. But I didn't know that. I just thought it, and then like someone told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I have so I listened to, I recently been okay, this sounds weird.
What's up?
But I recently been listening to music more again.
Okay.
Or I've always been listening to music, but I think what's changed it was that I've been listening to albums fully now.
Okay.
And I've been really enjoying that because you get I go into like this like up and down spiral of fuck, I'm a burp.
We'll just cut all.
I should
out.
no, dude. I'm just gonna blow straight into the mic next time. All right, and see, it's like anyone listening who didn't like me before, just stop listening.
You probably just blasted a bleh in their ears right now. Like someone was driving literally right now, went and like swerved out when they heard that.
Whoever that is, I hope you're okay. And if not, I hope you have good insurance.
So you're listening to albums all the way through, not on random, right? You're just trying to listen to them straight.
I don't know anyone who listens. If their intention is to listen to an album, I don't know anyone who would listen to an album just on random.
No, yeah, I mean, well, don't look at me. I don't watch albums at all, or I don't listen to albums all the way through at all. Like I just like wait for people to tell me what the good songs are, unless it's like specific artists like Kanye, obviously, and then Drake. I'll usually listen to a whole album too, but
I feel like
depends.
I mean, when it comes to albums, there's like interludes and stories which I enjoy, and I think there's an art to creating a good album versus creating a good song. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, even though that I've been listening to full albums and how it like progresses in stories, it makes me want to. It makes me listen to music more and more on when I'm on a walk. Is that I just play through an album, and it's kind of becomes its own like rotating thing. It does kind of because you play through an album. There's a story progression sometimes. Like I think the Weeknd does that. I think not Corday. Who was it? Kendrick did that. There's a few other people who are doing that. I'm just like blanking.
Logic has the Incredible True Story. That's Incredible a really good.
Yeah.
That's an album I listen to all the way through. I'm not a big Logic stan, but that album specifically is amazing.
You used to be a big Logic stan. I remember that.
Yeah, that specific album turned me into one because it was so interesting. Like there's story albums, but his was like a legit story. I was like, holy shit, this is cool. Like,
yeah,
you just listen to it all, and it actually has like a theme going on and stuff. Like, I would love that because that's super creative.
Yeah,
it was like space theme. They would like visit planets and like meet aliens and stuff like that. It was super cool.
Did you listen to the Logic's recent song that he released with Russ?
Oh, I don't listen to Russ though. I haven't listened to it. It's not like I wouldn't listen to it because of Russ, but like Russ is so like ew to me. I don't like Russ at all. Did you like it? Was it a good song?
I don't know much about Russ. I thought it was great. It's like it really felt like old school Logic again.
Gotcha.
He was just going at it, and I really appreciated.
Okay, cool.
And so I think it was cool. I don't know why you think that was like the first song I heard with Russ in it, so I don't really know. So
in the rap community, he's pretty like pushed down a lot. Because he's like really cheesy. Like he's really cheesy.
Really, really cheesy.
And I like normally I'm like trying to be a critical thinker. I'm like, okay, I'll listen to his music and form my own opinion. And then I did, and I was like, holy shit, this is some cheesy ass shit. It's like it's like Big Sean. Big Sean's like he's better than Russ for sure. But like he can be cheesy sometimes to me. So like I don't like that. Like I don't like. It almost feels like it's a forced line. Like it was written down or something like that. I like ones that like flow.
Yeah.
And like just aren't so robotic, you know.
Yeah. We need to do like a music podcast or something like that. Like we need to do something. We'll figure out a theme or something like that because I feel like.
No, we should do. We should build our playlist that we would use to work out or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And then we can, because remember on the last podcast we were actually talking about that. We were like, who do you listen to when you work out?
Yeah.
Things like that. But we should like in our free time build like a playlist and go through it or something like that.
I think that, and I thought of something really funny, which would be, I'm sure this exists, or I'm sure BuzzFeed has made it, is that look up like an article that says like 100 best or 50 best songs to work out to.
Generic like bullshit off BuzzFeed and like go through it and
go through it and just watch it be like 5 of them we just don't know.
No, watch all 50 are gonna be are gonna be on our playlist. Like we have like some cheesy ass shit going on.
Dude, there's sometimes the cheesy. I guarantee you, like,
Logic got kind of cheesy. That's why I stopped listening to him.
yeah, he got real cheesy.
He had like a line about playing Fortnite, and I was like, dude, what? Like,
I feel like
what are you talking about?
I feel like once in a while those like nerdy like lines are cool. Just like sprinkle it in lightly.
Yeah, but like he dropped this after Fortnite was irrelevant for like a whole year. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude.
You know he was planning to release that song a lot earlier. He was like, fuck, I guess.
He had a good feature too. Oh, who the hell was in that fucking feature? Sorry, I'm looking it up for those listening because I need to know now.
Yeah.
Because I remember I heard that and that was the moment I was like, okay, he's done. Like I'm done listening to him. Oh, Keanu Reeves. No, wait. No, that was the
Keanu Reeves is it?
But Keanu Reeves was in Fortnite.
I know he had a song called Keanu Reeves, didn't he?
Oh yeah, it is Keanu Reeves. Yeah, he shouts out Fortnite, which is like, to me that was super cheesy. That's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that. Like I'm talking about super cheesy stuff. Like Big Sean had a line that was like, I don't tap. What does it do? He said like, I don't tap dance. I have a tap phone. And I'm like, what?
What's a tap
That
phone?
doesn't make sense. Oh, a trap. Sorry. He doesn't like, I don't tap dance. I have a trap phone. And I was like, dude, what does like tap dancing have to do with anything, dude? Like, what are you talking about? So but like, that's how Big Sean is. And like that's just not all the time. Cause I know you actually listen to him, but
I mean, I listen
like
to his
20% of his, like he'll do like something really cool. And then he'll say some shit like that.
I mean, I'm not a Big Sean fan. I just listen to his like singles. That's it.
No, I didn't mean like you're a fan. I just know you listen to his music. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw on like some Big Sean music. Like, I know. I'm trying to think. What was that one he had with Kanye and Drake? What was it fucking called again?
I'm a Kanye guy, so I should know this.
You were like, name one good Big Sean song, and I played that one. You're like, okay, name two.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. No, that one does go hard. Which one was that? Oh my god.
I'm blessed.
Blessed. No, that I think it was
Blessed, right?
No, yeah, I was blessed.
It's blessed with Kanye and Drake.
Yeah.
That one goes hard as shit. And then there's
but that's because Kanye and Drake are in it, bro. Like,
and then there's
two goats right there.
There's a couple other one. I think is Sun and Moon his.
I don't know. I'm gonna add this. I'm actually no, it's just Drake, but I'm gonna add that song to my playlist right now.
So
that is a good Big Sean song. I'm not saying he has all bad songs. I'm just saying he could be cheesy sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Big Sean huge fan. Like I wouldn't go to a concert for Big Sean. Like you
wouldn't pay. You mean like if you got free tickets though, you would go.
If I got free tickets for like any concert, I'd probably go.
Any concert.
Like probably 99% of all concerts.
Gotcha. Okay. Because
I got a free ticket to.
Actually, I'm the same way. Even if I got tickets to J. Cole, I would go and then just make fun of him after.
Riley,
I would just do it just so that way after I could be like, yeah, it was the worst concert I've ever been
I'm not a big fan of country music. Riley, I'm going to a country concert this Saturday because it's free for me.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, country concerts are actually like, I went to Stagecoach one year just for a day, and it was actually super fun. I was underage, so I couldn't drink, but if I could, that would have been the most fun fucking shit of my life. I had a good time and I wasn't drinking. Like, once we get like some beers in you or some whiskey or whatever, like
I feel like
woo-wee.
Feel like
dancing in our spurs and shit.
You could I feel like as long as you go to if you go to a concert and you're just in that like in the state with people who are enjoying themselves, like you'll have fun.
There's like there's like a Texas country vibe or theme that's going on here in this podcast. I've done that same sound like 3 times, and we've talked about like conservative and diner food and shit like that.
You mean podcast. You?
Yeah. I mean, like it just comes up, you know. Like I'm just saying. All right, we gotta take a break right now.
We gotta take a break. Reset the camera, and it's another word from our sponsors, Nico's Burritos.
Yes, dude. If Nico sponsored us, I would like cry of happiness.
Would you accept a sponsorship? They just said like we'll give you free burritos for a month.
For only a month?
For a month, and you just shouted us out on your podcast. Would you do it?
Yeah. Of course I would. I get their shit out. That'd be actually kind of a cool tat. Like because their logo's a rooster. It's kind of a cartoony rooster, but I'd totally get an Ecos tattoo. That'd be sick. Pay homage to Obi.
All right.
That'd be cool.
And we're back.
So
from our sponsors.
So for those that don't know, we're recording this podcast on June 2nd, which is the first day of the NBA Finals, Warriors versus Celtics 2022. So who in game 1 do you think is going to win tonight? We just checked the score. Warriors up by 4, right? Or 6 going into the second
6
quarter.
going to the second, yeah.
So who do you think is going to win and tonight? And then who do you think is going to win the series?
I feel like, so based on my series thoughts, and I'm obviously biased. I'm from San Francisco. Love Warriors. Went to Warriors basketball camp growing up as a kid. Like, all right.
Nice.
I say Dubs in 5. Dubs in 5. What about you?
Definitely. I'm going Warriors in 5 as well. And I actually am rooting for the Warriors. I don't want the Celtics to win. No, well, it's not that I don't want the Celtics to win. I actually want both teams to win because I like Jason Tatum a lot, but obviously that's not how sports work. You can't have both teams win. But if it was Celtics going up against anybody else in the West except for the Clippers, because I'm a Clippers fan, I would be going for the Celtics. But I like the Warriors a little bit more than the Celtics for me. I like Jason Tatum too because he's super young. He's like 26, I think. Yeah. And he's already in an NBA Finals. And he's leading people to an NBA Finals, which is like kind of a big deal for their franchise. So I hope both teams win somehow.
Isn't the Celtics the
what's up?
Second most NBA Finals?
They're tied with the most NBA championships.
Right now
with the Lakers. Like LeBron actually brought them up to 18, I believe. Both franchises have 18.
Yeah, I thought the Lakers overtook them. I didn't know.
They're right now. The Lakers and Celtics are tied for the most NBA championships. So like all the Laker fans are fucking rooting for the Warriors, which is like super hilarious because they're in the same division or the same conference. So
I know it's like it's an interesting thing. I'm right. We had to shoot this day. I would usually not want to shoot a podcast on the day of an NBA Finals. Riley and I would usually be eating our cheat meals, watching the game.
That is actually like, oh my god, yes. That we'll do that for all the other games, just not this one.
But under these conditions, Riley has to go feed some cats.
I do in North County.
We're not going to explain why. Just know that Riley needs to feed some cats, and then
it's mandatory. Yeah,
it's mandatory. And
I'm actually probably not going to be home for a couple of days. I'm literally like leaving to go feed some cats. And I'm not going to come back. So.
Yeah, and then tomorrow I'm leaving and then not coming back for a couple of days.
Yeah, so this is actually like the last time I'm going to see you for like a week probably.
I'll be back on whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But so in that case, we're probably gonna next time we're gonna be chilling is probably during like finals number 3 or something like that.
Game 3. Yeah.
Game 3.
I'll be watching games 2.
I'll be watching game 2. Yeah.
Dude, we should go hit a bar or something and go watch a game. Like how we went to Hooters.
Go to what was it? What was Khalid's favorite bar?
What the fuck? They have the best New News.
New News.
They have the
not
best.
Nobu. That's the sushi restaurant.
Not Nobu's. New News. Shout out to New News and Hillcrest. They have apparently they have the best wings.
We're gonna find that out,
dude. It's so funny. Every time I see him, I'm like, what's that one place with the best wings in San Diego? He's like, it's New News, and I know the answer, but I always bring it up because he wants to talk about it. So.
Yeah, we gotta see. What would be the funniest is that we go there. We're like, all right. He's like, we know. It's like, you guys know Khalid? He's like, yeah. It's like he was like, yeah, because he used to live up on top of their structure, and so I feel like it'd be funny. We just go. It's like, yeah, we know Khalid. He was telling us this is the best wings in San Diego. They serve us some wings.
Hopefully they have rings too.
They have rings, onion rings,
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
So they serve us some wings, and then we call up Khalid, and we're like, meh.
No, I'm gonna call him and be like, dude, these are the best wings in San Diego I've ever had. But I don't eat wings that much, so like that would be true for me.
Yeah, I don't. I think like, dude, I don't think that would be the first time I went to get wings like at a specialty shop. You know, like not like a bar. Like I get whenever I get wings is because I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings, Hooters apparently, and
yes,
or like. I think the one or the couple of times in college we had Wingstop.
By the way, Hooters has some of the best wings. I'm just putting it out there. If you're ever just like, dude, I want some fire wings, go to Hooters. They have good smoked wings. That's literally sometimes like I've literally just gone there just to get the wings, and people are like, oh no, you're going for something else. And I'm like, no, I want fucking wings that are good. And Hooters has good wings. So like, if you, go get wings from Hooters, man. They're so good. They're so good. I would always go to the one near the Angels Stadium in Anaheim when we lived up in Fullerton.
Yeah.
That one is pretty legit because you can get wings and then go. It's close to Disneyland too, actually, but you can get wings and then go to Angel Stadium under the freeway right there.
Yeah.
And the waitresses were cool as fuck. Like I remember we talked about D&D one time with a couple of them. It was so sick. It was so cool. We were just like talking about like a story we were running or whatever in D&D, and then one of the girls was like, "Oh, I played D&D before with my brother and his friends." And we were like, "No way. What was your character and what did you make?" And she like went into it and shit. And we had like a whole conversation. So
yeah,
it's good vibes at Hooters.
So what are you gonna be doing by yourself in North County? Are you gonna be playing Hades? Are you gonna be trying to beat your score right now?
Probably, yeah. I'll probably snag that second capture card for recording the gameplay, and I'll probably bring it up with me because like I've been like really spam speedrunning Hades. I hit like a 947 the other day, which is like I think that's top 500 in the world. I have to confirm, but I hit it. I just wasn't recording. I was in the desert. So
what's your what's it called? I mean, what percent? What's like the type of like running you're trying to do? Like, I know it's not any percent, but it's like, what is it?
It's like unseated is what it's called. And basically you just pick any weapon you want. And you just try and get from the moment that you start the level all the way until you beat the final boss Hades. And you just do it as fast as you can. What makes the speedrun difficult is it's completely RNG for those listening. It's randomly generated.
Yeah.
So like any abilities or items you find throughout your run are completely random. So like you could start a run and know within 2 minutes, like, okay, I might as well just die and start over, or like I should continue and finish this run. And even if you continue, there's no guarantee you'll beat like your previous time.
Yeah, I feel like there's a I mean, it must be fun to, because there's an aspect of Hades where it was so praised, because I remember when it came out, I think it won
Game of the Year.
Game of the Year, yeah. And it was so praised. I even got into Hades for a little bit. It's so fun because of the replayability of it, and there's an aspect of it where it's meant to be replayable. That's the whole point of the game.
Yeah, that's why I can play it so much. Like that's why like I can't play like story games and stuff like that personally, is because like the same thing happens every time. I mean, like most of the time that's how it is, but yeah, no, that's why I never get bored. Well, first of all, it's just a fun game in general.
Yeah.
But like part of the reason I don't get bored speedrunning it and playing over and over and over again is because like you never know what you're gonna get when you do a run.
Yeah. It
could be like a new combo of abilities and items you've never seen before that can result in like a fastest time that you've ever had. So that's like what I play it for, is for that aspect of the game.
And I do appreciate that even in Hades, like there is an underlining story, and it is actually to a certain extent mythologically accurate to the writings of Greek mythology.
Greek, yeah.
They have great voice actors. They have amazing sound design and art design, and they have what I think is really interesting is that if you can meet different characters from Greek mythology, and it's just like the things they say, like you can go through the whole entire game and not know about this whole entire like underlining story and the like little peeks into the Greek mythology. You don't need to know it, but if you do know it, they made sure that it was accurate enough and it was fun enough for someone who is enjoying Greek mythology. Is like, oh shit, that's kind of funny that they said that. It's like, oh, I caught that little Easter egg, you know?
Yeah, and it's like super fun if you have an interest in getting into that too. Like I didn't know anything about Greek mythology. I just played it because I thought it'd be a fun game. Because like I used to play a ton of Binding of Isaac, and it's similar. It's like a dungeon crawler like that. And I learned a lot about Greek mythology, which is something I was genuinely interested in, and I didn't know where to start with it other than just like looking online. But
yeah,
it just made it easier, because then like you learn about like Aphrodite, and you learn about how Zeus was the brother of Hades, and you learn all of this stuff. And it's just like makes the game, it has like a lot of depth. The game has like so much depth to it, while being so simple at the same time. That's kind of what makes it such a great game, and Game of the Year worthy.
Yeah,
even.
I think there's an aspect of it where you can run Hades so many times. The whole entire like a playthrough of Hades is like Riley can do it in under 10 minutes, which is fucking insane. So you could beat the game in under 10 minutes. I think there's an aspect where like story games aren't replayable, and they know they're not replayable, and that's why fucking Persona 5 was it took me 120 hours to beat, which is like.
Well, you played it on the hardest difficulty, right?
Yeah, I played it hardest difficulty at R, and Riley and I played very different styles. Like, I will talk to every single fucking person, explore every goddamn corner of this game.
I'm like such a massive Pokemon fan, but he'll show me some little NPC shit that I'm like, what the fuck? How did I not know this existed? Like, it's like some little NPC in like a house in like some city that doesn't matter, and he's like, oh yeah, this is where you find the lucky egg, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Like, that's crazy. Because you literally talk to everybody.
I literally saw. There was this one. We were playing with our buddy Chip. I remember this was when Sword and Shield first came out, and we were playing Sword and Shield, and you guys were just went past the first city and everything.
Oh yeah.
I was exploring. I was talking to everyone. There's a character I remember. I think it was in front of the first Pokemon Center, and he's talking about. At the time, we all had this running joke about zodiac signs.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
this
right.
guy,
Chip hates zodiac signs.
And then this guy was like, "Tell me your name and your birthday, and I'll tell you your zodiac sign and what that means."
Oh no!
And then,
oh yeah, I do remember this. Yeah.
You all like passed by him, and I was like, "Did you guys run into the zodiac guy?" And they're like, "You're like, I was like,
you played after we did though. We were already like halfway through the game, and you got the game like later than we did.
I did, but like not that much."
No, yeah, but no, you're right though. We had no fucking idea, and that shit was hilarious too.
Yeah, like I remember doing that, and I was like, it's like, bro, it's like they literally threw in a zodiac joke in there.
What's your zodiac sign? And what's Kayla's zodiac? Fuck. Well, what's your zodiac sign and what's her zodiac sign?
Anyone? Just anytime
we can blur out.
Yeah,
the
we
name.
can just blur out the name. Yeah. It's fine. We'll put a funny names like beep.
So what's your and your girlfriend's zodiac sign?
Mine is, dude, I don't even fucking know hers because I don't know zodiac signs.
When's her birthday?
April 18th.
She's a Taurus. So
Taurus. Okay. I'm.
Or fuck no, she's right before Taurus.
I'm Virgo.
You're a Virgo.
I'm Virgo. 30th.
We're 4 August. Out of 5 compatible. I'm Gemini. April 8th.
Fucking damn it! Why are we?
Everyone
doing this?
hates us so much. April 18th zodiac.
God damn it!
She
Riley,
is.
We're not doing this.
She's an Aries. So our Aries. So Aries and Virgo. Aries compatibility chart. Let's see. Are you guys compatible? Aries and Virgo. You guys are 1 out of 5. So that's like the lowest. You can't get a 0. That's the lowest. So. And then me and you are Virgo compatibility. Let's see. Virgo compatibility. You and I are 3 out of 5. So we're middle of the pack, which I guess makes sense because we're like opposites in a lot of ways, but we still get along and all that. So
we are
like literally everything. You were I
just thought about this. Like I thought about this while I was eating during the break. It's like goes back to what you said. We literally said, I prefer tacos, you prefer burritos, and somehow I like flour tortillas more, and you like corn.
And then the other, I thought of that too. You were like, I love listening to an album all the way through, and I like that experience and like all that artistry. And I was like, fuck that. I just spam listen to one song, and I want people to send me all the bops. Like I don't care. Like, but yeah, you and I are like opposites on pretty much everything.
So many things. Like you played through Hades just because it's replayability, and you skip through all the
dialogue.
The dialogue. Like,
I
will literally sit there and read and listen to the voice actors say every single word every single time.
It's like hit and miss with us. Like it's either like, yeah, I fucking love barbecue. That's or American diner food. That's one of my favorite foods of all time. Or that it's like, yeah, fuck flour tortillas. I mean, like I like flour tortillas, but corn are better, like to me. So
if they made I guess this is going back on food, and since this was our topic, anyways.
Yeah, we just kind of went off on the end.
Yeah, whatever.
That's fine. Whatever.
If you had if they made a burrito with corn tortillas, would you like that? Would you think you would like that more?
Would it fall apart or would it stay together like a flour tortilla?
Like stay together.
Yeah, probably. I probably would.
So I've never seen that before, but what I have seen, and I actually prefer this. So oddly enough, the times where I do prefer corn tortillas, yes, street tacos and stuff like that, and especially if it's handmade, it's amazing. But I remember having this and changed my whole experience. I had a corn tortilla quesadilla.
And that sounds good as fuck.
And they had to make it handmade because you can't find a fucking corn tortilla that big. Yeah. It was literally like this wide. It might not be a quesadilla, but like I don't know what else to call it. It was like about this long, and it was this long, but it wasn't wide. It was like this short. It was like that. It was like a length type of thing.
Yeah.
And so it was cheese, and there was like different meats and stuff, like exactly like a quesadilla, but it's handmade corn tortilla. And it got goddamn amazing.
So, okay, so if the topic's about food, I actually wanted to ask you, what's your like favorite? What's like? It could be based on taste. It could be based on how long the preparation of the food. But like, what's like your favorite like meal prep food that you like to make for yourself or for other people, and you just it happens to be healthy enough to like share or eat as a meal prep? If you had to pick, like, I could share mine first if you'd like. I mean, I've started. Well, I like oatmeal like a shit ton. Like, I think that's like a good prep meal for like mornings and stuff to get going. And you started that grind, but then like I was like, holy shit, I forgot how much I love oatmeal. Like, just throw some bananas on that bad boy, and it's just like good energy after a morning workout for me. Like, that changed my whole like energy level, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it helps because it's one thing about oatmeal is that you can literally just cook a bunch. This is why I do it. I cook a fucking boatload of it, throw it in a like quart jar, throw it in a liter jar, throw it in the fridge, and every like day I just scoop it out and heat it up for breakfast. I got it. This is hard.
Yeah.
Because it's very greatly dependent on what I'm feeling. And that's the whole point for me was for meal prep is I wanted to make stuff that's like I can make and enjoy and make it at any time. I think number one probably is just in general. This is kind of like a throwaway answer, I guess, is just like stir fries.
Okay.
Because what you can do, and this is probably my favorite technique or thing, because you can make a sauce. And for me, like, let's say I wanted like a spicy or like a like a sweet teriyaki sauce, right?
Nice.
Okay. Or make a sweeter teriyaki soy-based sauce. And then from there I prep the sauce, so that's done. That's the part that usually takes the longest. You create the sauce or the flavor of it. And now I just get some ground beef, cut up some or some chicken that I already cut up, or I get some vegetables or tofu or whatever the fucking hell I want.
Yeah.
Throw it on a pan, toss it up, and throw the sauce on there. It takes me like 20 minutes, 15 minutes to make.
So the prep then is just like the sauce.
The sauce.
You just make a ton of sauce, or like enough for you for like a couple weeks or something.
Yeah,
like
the flavoring aspect of it is E-bar because I guess I am also in a privileged position to be able to cut vegetables and fruits, vegetables and meats and break them down in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes me no time at all.
Oh, sorry. I was going to comment too. I feel like now that we're talking about it too, just thinking about it, like the whole chicken, rice, and broccoli meal prep that a bunch of people do, substitute the meat for whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. That usually only lasts people like a week. Like the type of meal preps that we're talking about, like making oatmeal, you did it, and you're saying that shit's lasted you like weeks, dude. Like, there's like just more efficient meal preps than like getting like containers and putting chicken, rice, and broccoli in there. That I had no idea. Like, you make a shit ton of soup, and you just get some like cartons and like, or I mean, some like plastic containers. Throw that shit in the fridge, and you've got meal prep for like weeks. Like, and I think like a lot of people do that whole like week to week mentality on like meal prep, and that's probably why so many people are turned off by it.
You know what's actually my favorite one? That not for flavor wise, but that surprises people. Is pasta sauce.
Okay.
It's so goddamn easy. Like there's a pasta sauce that's extremely healthy. It literally is just tomatoes and basil and like and a little bit of olive oil and salt. That's it. It's literally just a tomato sauce, and you can add vegetables to it, right? You make the sauce, you keep it in the fridge. And this is literally what Italian restaurants do. 100% what Italian restaurants do. They keep it in the fridge. Any pasta sauce, keep it in the fridge, and you get some whole wheat pasta. Of course, portion control it to make sure it's within your diet.
Right.
Boil or pan fry some broccoli or something, whatever. Like, let's say broccoli because that's the one that usually, or broccolini. Pan fry that. Throw the pasta on top, and then just literally throw the cold sauce into the pan, and you have like. Ooh,
that's good.
Actually. You have basically within the time it takes you to cook the pasta, which is probably like 8 to 9 minutes. Broccoli's done. You throw the pasta in there, a little bit of pasta water, throw the pasta sauce on there. That's literally how a restaurant makes pasta so fast.
You know, it's like funny because there's like a whole theme too of like there's a theme going on. It's like the liquidy, like the soups, the stews, the sauces.
That's the thing that takes time.
The gravies, whatever. Gravy's like high in fat, but you could do like some cool shit with like mushroom gravies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that shit, like you can actually meal prep for like weeks on end, but like the more solid foods like chicken, broccoli, and rice, as the generic example that everyone knows, like shit like only lasts you for a one-time occurrence, and you could like, it takes forever to make. And like it's just not as efficient with your time. Not to diss that, because if the people like chicken and stuff, which I love chicken, so I might do that too. Like that's cool. But like if you're looking for something like that, you're not gonna like get distraught about because it takes so long just to result in only a week's worth of food, like soups and stews. And you helped teach me this, and then the course that we took as well taught me that too, the nutritionist course.
Yeah.
Soups and stews are like definitely the way to go, like when it comes to a meal prep.
And another things you could do is that, like, if you enjoy, one of the hardest parts about me getting to meal prep is that I didn't like not fresh food. So like what I did was, like, I thought about it from not from the perspective of I'm meal prepping, but from like, if I was gonna serve this as a restaurant, I need this to be quick. So what do you do is that at a restaurant, you cut up the chicken, you prep the chicken for like a couple days, and you then marinate it, dry brine it or whatever. The marinade and the dry brine, especially salt and sugar, cures the meat, so it lasts longer in the fridge either way. Not, mind you, probably not longer than a week. Yeah. But you can, at that point, all you need to do is cook the chicken. Throw it in a fucking air fryer. Throw it on a pan. Throw it in the oven and forget about it for 20 minutes while you're doing other stuff. Throw all your vegetables in there as well, and then when you're done, take that sauce that you prepped before too, which you have a boatload in now. A ton, yeah. And just go. Yeah. That's good. Right on top. Another thing that I've been really liking is that doing pasta sauce, but instead of with pasta, or like doing half and half with beans. Oh, dude, that's actually fire. I did that. I'm not sure if you remember. Legumes and beans are like also the way to go. Just putting out there. Like that's so underrated. Like people don't eat enough beans, man, or legumes in general. So. Yeah. So I was doing this. I'm not sure if you remember this. I made a pesto. I had homemade pesto, which is going to be sneak peek into a video later on. Nice. Is going to be I made pesto, and then I had used Italian broad beans, and I just made pesto with broad beans and with cheese. Delicious. Like literally, you get protein from the beans, protein from the nuts. You get vegetables you get basil and mint. I used also a little bit of spinach in there. Little mint action. Yeah, that's nice. And then hard cheese, which is a light amount of hard cheese, which gives you like a healthier fat. That same person that swerved out of the way earlier because of the burp is now salivating in their car as well. Right. You're welcome. Well, before we finish, I think we should address a real quick, and probably last time we're going to address this because I don't want to make this a thing. What? The reason why we do a cheat meal podcast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I was actually going to ask you something else, but I'll save that for later. But yeah, no, I mean, like the reason we even did a cheat meal podcast is just because like it's important to realize like you don't have to do the meal prep shit that we're talking about all the time. I mean, like it's good to like just space things out and to be able to like take care of yourself, not only physically by meal prepping, but mentally by doing the things that you enjoy, like eating your favorite foods from a Nico's taco shop in Ocean Beach or whatever that version of Nico's may be to you. Yeah. And then there's still also foods that people think that you can't eat that are totally like fine to eat when you're trying to be healthy. Like in my opinion, like if you went and you got like The Habit or something like that is the place I always go to. Mm-hmm. They have some great fucking food there that are good with macro accounts and things like that too. So there's like ways you can find cheat meals without it truly being a traditional cheat meal as well. But yeah, did you want to comment on that as well? Yeah, I think everything's in balance, man. Yeah, you know, yin and yang to everything, and that's like my approach as a nutritionist and as a trainer as well. Is that an equal balance in everything? Like, look, if you're gonna hit this fitness lifestyle, obviously, if there's like a short-term goal for a specific event, like you're an athlete hitting something, or you're an actor in a month, or even with an actor too, like that's different. For the average person trying to hit a goal, or that like everything's in balance. Like, look, if you enjoy, say like your favorite meals, like favorite food's a burger. Yeah. Burger on itself is not too bad for you. Right. But what does make it bad probably is
Like the fat.
soda you have right with it, and the fries you have with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Pick one of those two you take back, and then at the end of it, the next 2 weeks later, when you have that burger again as your cheat meal,
Yeah.
let's take away both the fries and then the Coke and replace that with broccoli or with Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, I mean, arguably though, like, and to that point, like, you can go to the Habit and get their Brussels sprouts there or something like that, and those are good for you. But arguably, like, Brussels sprouts that you fry in like oils and stuff like that will have a higher fat and calorie count than something of like non-oil pan fried like French fries. Like, so you've made like healthy versions of French fries before.
Sweet potato
fries is a good one. Yeah.
You can if you have an air fryer or like a really high functioning oven with a fan in it, just put a light amount of oil, just a healthy amount of oil, just enough so it does cook. You toss it out, salt, pepper, seasoning, throw your sweet potatoes inside an air fryer.
And it's also like a difficult thing too, to like practice portion control and to like really hold yourself accountable for like good portion sizes and like what you can or can't eat. It's something that I still struggle with. Something I'm like working on right now is because I'm coming off of a cut. So I'm like wanting to eat more because I'm in that mentality of like, oh, I'm bulking, so I should be at a calorie surplus.
Yeah.
But like then like I'm like, okay, well that's not fucking necessarily true. Like I do have to be a surplus, but then like I'll overdo it. Like, and when I go to McDonald's or something like that, which I have gone to McDonald's recently, I got an Egg McMuffin before a hike, which is totally fair because like it has carbohydrates in there, it has eggs for the proteins, and it has cheese for fat. So it gives me fuel on a hike. But then like I'll overdo it and I'll be like, oh well, I want two because I'm going on a hike, so like I'm burning a lot of calories, so like it's justified. But like it's a difficult thing for anyone to do, even like somebody that's been doing it for a very long time. So I mean,
I think
it's like part of it is like not to beat yourself up over like those small things either. It's like as long as you're self-aware enough to realize the decisions you're making are like you understand like 2 Egg McMuffins is overdoing it, but it's okay because like I'm treating myself like this is my version of a cheat meal regardless if I'm going on a hike or not.
Yeah.
Then like that's like one thing, but you know,
I think another thing is that cheat mealing is that it's important because there's a mental aspect of it. Food gives us good food releases dopamine, and we enjoy. It gives us a feeling of joy, and to give you like a specific example, and that not everything is like this, but like chocolate, literal chocolate. It gives you this activates the same pleasure sensors that sex does. Like it's the same. It gives you the same amount of pleasure in terms of eating it within that 1 second of biting it. And like food does that for you, and it's important to enjoy it. I truly do believe that there is something you eat that's healthy for you, and there's something that's healthy for your soul.
Right.
And food is something that ties a lot of people back into their childhoods. Like you're like saying with what we ate, which I'm thankful that you bought, which was Nico's. It ties to your childhood.
Yeah.
There's food that ties to my childhood, which is probably something I might bring next time too.
Nice.
And so it's important that you explore that, and that's not always healthy in the sense of being just health focused. But at the end of the day, when I was able to when I was losing the most amount of weight, is that when I was able to balance the things I like to eat with also eating healthy.
Right.
It wasn't just eating healthy.
Yeah.
That's what we want to put across here. And I mean, that's not always the reason. Honestly, we just wanted to eat and talk.
Yeah.
That's really
maybe watch like 30 minutes of basketball after, you know.
That's
basically
just
some good vibes. It's Thursday, baby.
Yeah, so
and the last thing I wanted to touch on, because I know there's going to be some people who are going to comment on this. It's like, cheat meals aren't always the best way for some people to space out the meals that they would like to have that don't fall within their diet regimen, right? So like if there's anyone out there thinking like, well, cheat meals is a bad system because like then you go 6 days and you can just eat whatever you want on Friday. That's not what we're talking about, but I thought I would address it because there's also like an aspect of people who are like, oh, well, you can eat anything as long as like every single day, as long as it's in the correct portions, which is also true.
Yeah.
I'm strictly speaking from like a cheat meal standpoint because we keep using that word.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of fitness industry guys or girls are like, well, cheat meals is the wrong way of doing it. It's like, well, there's no wrong way of doing it. First of all, you're wrong. And then second of all, Like it's just a different way of doing things too.
Yeah, we're just creating entertainment, and we wanted to explore. Like I said in the beginning, we like food, and we wanted to share that as an aspect, and as a fitness, company and fitness people. Cheat meal is honestly a fitness term,
For sure.
so it matches it in that sense. But at the same time, hey, if you work, I think Riley's like this. If you work best having a cheat meal and then figuring out and looking forward to that day when you have it and planning it out. That's how you work, and that's how you find success. That's all you, bro.
Yeah.
To me, I'm the type that does balancing. I sometimes have a cheat meal or cheat day ish type of thing, but my goal usually is that if I know I'm going to eat something, I'll calorie count, do the macros for it in my head and everything, or just even write it down, figure it out. And then for the rest of the day, I can balance it from there. If I'm having a higher carb day, then I know, okay, then I'm going to do more cardio that day to balance it out, ensuring that I do those carbs. So like balancing it in that sense and taking it at a higher level is important, and just looking at it and from a higher place of like, do what you think is best, and that's what we also will do for you as well as your trainers. So bring it all back. We got to stop it because
the camera's off right now.
Hey, thanks for joining us for our cheat meal podcast. We're gonna probably do this once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
Which is matching.
Let's real quick plug everything. My Twitch, my everything is Doggo, DOGGO_EXP. And then follow the main GainEXP Fitness Instagram account as well as our Twitch account, GainEXP Fitness. So
God, I hope we put something there because that looks just so awkward.
All right, we got to go quick. What's your tags?
George_EXP, everything.
Nice.
Everything. Deuces.
Let's go Dubs. Woo.
Dubs.